kick a hole in the speaker, unpull the plug, then I jet back to the lab like they did it again. The hooligans are taking over. Look at the new slogan, keep on making me hot, and soon the roof's open. The proof is in the potion, the juices are flowing. It's all good when we toasting like 2 cups of Moet. We can take a cruise to the ocean. You can sleep but you'll lose if you snooze. Then I step out the jam. I have to make a move like hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. We stand tall like a bunch of hooligans, and we came here to win. Gotta make the people understand. We came here to win, and we stand tall. I have to make a move like come on, 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 come on. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. So here's a show for all you innocent bystanders. I'm in a jam like Fred Sanford, while you act like Pamela Anderson. They hit you with the 1-2, and we can make you jump, but we can make you holler, cause we make you wanna holler, cause they got you in a jam like Smuckers. It gets better when we take you to the gutter. I love it, it's all good. I'm going under, then I jet back to the lab like they did it again.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. There's something wrong with Rumble Studio. When I launched the live, Rumble and YouTube have the wrong title. I don't know why that is. That's twice in a row it's happened now, and it's right over here on the Rumble Studio, so there is something wrong with that. I'm going to have to talk to Rumble Rick about it. But either way, before we get any further, I want to give a huge shout out to Larry. Larry, thank you so much for the Stripe. I really appreciate the support. Now we can give another shout out to Anonymous Donor. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate you, hooligans. Thank you guys so much for the support. We'll be starting off with a really quick video. It's titled Putin and Modi, I think that's how you say his name, the leader of India, walking hand in hand to meet Z at the China summit. I don't know if they're gay or what, but they're out there holding hands. Then we got a video titled Beaches Across the U.S. Closed on Labor Day Due to Bacteria Levels. Happy Labor Day, you hooligans. It's not just bacteria, there's doo-doo in the water. So, be careful if you're going swimming today. There's a fecal contamination in the beaches on the East Coast. It's not good. Then we got a video titled 3 more arrested for drawing on crosswalk with chalk. Now, I don't really understand all of this. It's a bunch of lefties and they're drawing with chalk on the sidewalk, on the crosswalk actually. But I kind of feel like this is a little bit too much. This is kind of excessive, arresting people for using chalk. I don't know. I think it's too much. But either way, then we got a video titled Workers Over Billionaires Protest Held in Boston on Labor Day. I don't know what the left's obsession with billionaires is, but they're out there crying because they didn't have anything else to do today. Then we got a video titled, Kern County Feels Impact of National Immigration Decline. This is a whole propaganda video of the Democrats saying who's going to pick the crops. They're trying to move the story along a little bit. Then we got a video titled, Rudy Giuliani Injured in New Hampshire Car Crash. He's okay, but it's a pretty interesting situation. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. It's provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled, Your First Marathon. Then getting back in the news, we got a video titled, Trump urges companies to justify success of COVID drugs. He's questioning whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing that we have access to this stuff. What does our drugs do? Does it help us or does it hurt us? And then even questioning Project Warp Speed itself, saying, you know, maybe that wasn't a good idea or maybe it was a good idea. Either way, just going through and getting some double checking in. But there's a lot of crying in that video. They don't want you to question the COVID shit. So him questioning it, being the president, they're trying to sweep it under the rug. Then we got a video titled Whistleblower Sounds Alarm on Migrant Spillover Crime, saying pure chaos. He was the former director of a migrant shelter, and he said it was terrible. Boston, I think it is. Then for the last little bit of the news, we have lefties losing it. This one's titled Democrats Leading Presidential Candidates Are Awful. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. The first one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Make It Stop. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Smoking with Dad. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Russell? What's up, Tim Man? What's up, Guess J? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being here. What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Turbo, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. Appreciate you racing the chat, Turbo. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ramsey? What's up, Common Crusher? Happy freedom. What's up, Maggie? What's up, Kevin? Let me see. What's up, Godspeed? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Lone Wolf? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Roy? What's up, Spicy K? What's up, Otters? Happy freedom. What's up, JT3? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Daynon? Happy freedom. What's up, Boosted Flames? Appreciate you being with us. Let me see. Scrolling through. What's up, SOS? Happy freedom. You hooligans, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Shauna Vision? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom, you hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Agent O, you were first over here. What's up, Toy Mafia? And happy freedom to you, Agent O. What's up, Manum? What's up, Kelly Jones? Happy freedom. Let me see. The Litter Genie, I will look into it, Kelly Jones. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check it out and see if we can add it to the wish list. There we go. And what is up, everyone over on X? What's up, Wayward? What's up, Donnie Brooklyn? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, let's go ahead and get started here. Like I said, Putin and Modi walk hand in hand to meet Z at the China summit. I mean, this ain't really news, but it is really weird. Come on. We want to see the grown men holding hands. All right, here. This is real important stuff. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the plain Jane JeffMAC t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video. Okay, so I don't know if that's normal for Putin and the leader of India to be holding hands like that. I didn't see him holding President Trump's hand. I don't know, it might be gay. Dusty lovers and whatnot. Either way, we're gonna get right into this next video. This next one's beaches across the US are closed on Labor Day due to bacteria levels. Like I said, it's not just any old bacteria. No, it's from doo-doo. Just straight up. It's no good. It's no good. You guys need to stop crapping in the water. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Beach plans are on hold right now for thousands of Americans due to some very bad weather or water conditions, rather. There are warnings in some places about elevated bacteria levels. Lilia Luciano is covering this from Bayshore, New York. Lilia, good morning.
Good morning to you, Kelly. That's right. Benjamin's Beach here on Long Island is closed after Suffolk County officials found unacceptable levels of bacteria in the water. It's one of hundreds of beaches from Florida to Maine that are under advisories this week. And let me tell you, the bacteria, which can be found from animal or human waste, can make people sick with symptoms of nausea, upset stomach, vomiting, skin rashes. A recent report by a conservation group called Environment America found the key reason is outdated water and sewer systems that are allowing contamination to reach swimming areas. The report also found that last year, 61% of beaches tested nationwide had at least one day with potentially unsafe levels of fecal contamination. And while some beachgoers are not concerned, saying that the ocean naturally cleans itself, officials are saying it's important to heed to these warnings. And not every beach will have a sign telling you that it is under advisory. So it's important to check the health department websites of your local county or state to make sure you'll have a clean and pleasant day at the beach today. Kelly.
Lilia, thank you. For more on the holiday weather.
Okay, so you gotta be cautious out there. They're saying they might not even hang a sign. They're gonna let you just swim in the doo-doo water. They're saying that a beach in Long Island is closed due to bacteria, and various beaches along the East Coast from Florida to Maine are closed because of fecal bacteria, which is good stuff. They claim it could be from humans or animals, but then they turn around and say it's because of outdated water and sewer systems that are allowing contaminated water to reach swimming areas. That doesn't sound like animals to me. That sounds like people. It mentions in the last year, 61% of beaches nationwide had at least one day of unsafe levels of fecal contamination, which means that they believe there's safe levels of fecal contamination. That's nice. That's good stuff. That's why the water tastes that way. Anyways, next up we have 3 more arrested for drawing on the crosswalk with chalk. Now, as much as I think the lefties are a bunch of idiots, I kind of think arresting people for using sidewalk chalk that's a little too much, in my opinion. But either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about swimming in doo-doo water, as well as Putin and the leader of India holding hands while walking down the aisle there. Snugs, maybe baby diapers in the water. I mean, yeah, it could be. Guess that's why I always take a duty knife when I swim. Yes, got to bring the poop knife with you. It's mandatory. Happy freedom to you, guess 10 Man, I'm sorry to hear about your motorcycle. How did that happen? People are assholes. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Deborah? Happy freedom to you. Deborah, ew. I know, I'm saying. What's up, 8-Bit? Happy freedom. So it's the doo-doo levels are too high. I can't believe, I kind of don't want to know. What is safe levels of fecal contamination? That doesn't sound right. It's like safe levels of smoking heroin or smoking crack and doing heroin. Like, that doesn't make sense. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sind? Happy freedom to you. Does Putin normally hold hands with other dudes? Because I haven't seen that yet. It's the first time I've seen him doing that. He didn't hold Trump's hand. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for the bits over on Twitch, Southern Eagleman. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's up, Jay? Happy freedom. Third world activities. Yeah. Jay, they should call that Brown flag condition. Should fly a brown flag to let people know there's poop in the water. They should, but instead they just let you risk it. Kelly Jones, yes, figuring you're in an apartment would probably come in handy. I agree. Thank you, Kelly Jones. I'll add it to the wish list after the live. Wayward, the aliens did it. I knew it. I knew it. Wayward, Putin sounds like a type of poop water. It does. The water looks all Putin. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, three more arrested, which implies that other people have been arrested for this. But 3 more arrested for drawing on the crosswalk with chalk. Now, I think this is actually a little bit more about them maybe blocking traffic, like sitting in the roadway drawing with chalk, not letting traffic through. Because I just don't understand arresting people for drawing on the crosswalk. Now they're talking about it like they're arresting these guys as if they destroyed the crosswalk with chalk. So I don't know, that's kind of the confusing thing. If it is about traffic, why are they claiming that chalk is damaging the crosswalk? I don't know. I'm not defending the lefties, but it's a little confusing here. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Thanks so much for joining us. 3 people are spending the night in the Orange County Jail after being arrested during a protest at the Pulse Memorial. I'm Giovanni Diaz. Q McRae is off. They face the same charges another protester faced after being arrested on Friday. Channel 9's JJ Burton's live outside Pulse tonight. JJ, the same lawyer here who was representing that protester who was arrested on Friday is now representing those new arrested today.
Yes, he is, and they were arrested right in the middle of our 6 p.m. live shot. I want to show you the crosswalk here. You can see they were arrested for chalk in the crosswalk, but you can see the chalk is gone. That's because the rain washed it away. And their lawyer says that that's going to be his defense tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to get touched. Back up. I'm telling you right now, you're interfering with it.
And this protest got a bit intense when state troopers arrested these 3 for chalking in the crosswalk. According to the state, they are tampering with a traffic control device, which is illegal. Your name is Echo, you said? Mm-hmm. And what happened? Well, tell us what happened.
We're being illegally arrested.
It's astounding.
Their lawyer, Blake Simon, says that there's no probable cause for their arrest.
A crosswalk's not a traffic control device. And B, I would like you all to look behind me and wonder what damage has actually occurred. It rained while they were being arrested, and there's no longer any chalk on the sidewalk.
That's the same defense he used for Sebastian Suarez. It worked, and he believes it will work Monday when his 3 clients face a judge. He says the state can get a supplemental affidavit from the troopers with additional evidence to push back against his argument.
What additional evidence? They've already laid it out that they're asserting that they've damaged a traffic control device in excess of $1,000, trying to make it a 3rd-level felony.
He doesn't think the state will do that because it didn't happen with Suarez. FDOT released this statement saying, in part, vandalizing state property and or disrupting traffic in any way is unsafe and illegal. These illegal actions will not be tolerated and will be fully enforced by law enforcement. The protesters say they have more protests coming.
Starting tomorrow, we're taking this fight to City Hall. We're inviting Mayor Betty Dwyer and everybody else in City Hall to come down and chalk with us because the First Amendment right is what we're fighting for, and we're fighting for queer people and their existence all around this country.
And those 3 people were arrested. They're expected to be in court around 11 in the morning, and their lawyer believes that they will be out by the afternoon. They didn't give their names while they were out here, so we're waiting to see when they're going to be booked to get those names for them. But reporting live in Orlando, I'm JJ Burton, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Okay, so like I said, there are a bunch of shapeshifters, bunch of lefties out there drawing on the sidewalk. I think that's a stupid reason to arrest somebody, is using sidewalk chalk. Nothing's ever been destroyed with sidewalk chalk. I don't know. I just think that's stupid. Like I said, I'm not trying to defend the lefties, but that just sounds really fucking stupid. When you're out there and you're arresting these guys and you're like, well, they committed $1,000 in property damage because they were drawing on the street with chalk. You sound like a fucking idiot. You know, I don't know. That's the reality of the situation. Now, if they were impeding traffic while doing it, then yes, arrest them, right? They're causing problems for other people, but I think that drawing on the sidewalk is a dumb reason to go to jail. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not trying to defend the lefties, but that just seems really fucking stupid because they didn't destroy anything. They might be big, fat, and ugly. They might be loud. They might smell like shit, but using chalk isn't going to hurt the ground. It's just not. So that's, I don't know, that's really dumb. Either way, they're saying the 3 shape-shifting protesters in Orlando, Florida were arrested for using chalk on the crosswalk. They were accused of tampering with a traffic control device. That sounds ridiculous. Saying they damaged the traffic device in excess of 1,000 doll hairs in order to make it a level 3 felony. The police made a statement saying that vandalizing state property or disrupting traffic in any way is illegal. Their lawyer is saying the crosswalk is not a traffic control device and saying that it rained and now the chalk is gone, so what damage was actually caused? He used the same defense to defend someone else, and that worked in court, so they assume this is going to work. Either way, I highly doubt we're going to have a follow-up on this, but it seems a little bit like excessive force to me, but we'll see if they get those level 3 felonies for using chalk. Either way, next up, workers over billionaires protest held in Boston on Labor Day. I don't know what the left's obsession with billionaires is. They're always talking about killing billionaires. I don't know what killing billionaires is, how that's going to fix your life. That doesn't make sense to me. Either way, they're out there in the crying hard in the streets. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about people going to jail, going to prison over chalk. Let's see, guess I'm sorry, but going to jail and getting railed is not punishment to these guys. That's true, guess They love it. It's a good time. 10 man, yep. I can't read it out loud, but yep. Snooks, it's actually illegal in Florida. I think the crosswalk has been painted in gay colors. It was painted over. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what they were crying about, but I just think drawing on the sidewalk shouldn't be a felony. What's up, Wong? Happy freedom to you. Maggie, Lake Worth, Florida has a festival and everyone is allowed to do art chalk downtown, but they close the street. Yeah, well, and that's what I was saying. If it's impeding traffic, yeah, that's an offense. You're affecting other people's lives. But just drawing is, I don't know, it seems a little excessive. What's up, Rappy? What's up, Boom? Happy freedom to you. Boom, they want to divide Americans in every way possible. That's why they want to attack wealthy people. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom to you. Beck Frank, it wasn't damaged. Yeah, I don't think it was either. What's up, Bulldozer? Happy freedom. Bulldozer, it's like arresting people for leaving a tire mark on the rainbow ones. Yeah, I don't think that stuff should be an arrestable offense either. Now, if they want to say it's like reckless driving or whatever, like the same reason you can't drift in the wintertime, right? You drift around corners or whatever, you can be arrested for that. It's reckless driving. But if nobody was hurt, you know, should you go after them? And it's kind of the same thing. If you leave tire marks on gay flags in the street and you don't do it intentionally, I don't think it's a big deal. If you just sit there and do a burnout, then maybe you are trying to cause destruction, but I don't know. I just look at it like, are you affecting other people? Because if not, then then what's the point of going to jail? What's up, B Money? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Campfire? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Glamour? Happy freedom. Thank you for stopping in. What's up, Justin Sane? Happy freedom. Thank you for joining us. Otters. We do it also in Party on the Pavement in Wisconsin. Everyone brings chalk. Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people do it in Ludington, just randomly, really, but I don't know. I think it'd be different if it was in context. If we could see like how these people were behaving before getting arrested, instead of just saying, oh, they were arrested for drawing on chalk, or drawing on the crosswalks with chalk. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MW? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I appreciate that. Kelly Jones. It should be, I'll put it on the wish list tonight. What's up, Tops All? Happy freedom to you. MW, yeah, drawing with chalk. What's up, Cam? Happy freedom. No, the Whistleblower is at the end. MW, chalk isn't graffiti, it washes away, so I guess it's not like tagging. No, I don't know. I kind of think it was an overreaction to charge them with a level 3 felony for using chalk. Wayward Karma 2020. Yep. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, workers over billionaires protest held in Boston today. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up. Also, I realized today that we were thrown back into the Premium Creator Program for the second month. Our checklist is completely empty, so we have to meet all the requirements again. I'm sure we can do that no problem. We'll figure out a better way to do the Premium Live, because that was a fucking mess. But everything else was easy. But we'll be reading an ad today because of it. Either way, getting into this, like I said, workers over billionaires, protests held in Boston today. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
And on this Labor Day, thousands of union members and community allies in Boston joined a nationwide demonstration of worker solidarity. Protesters marched in a parade through the city, rallying behind the theme of workers over billionaires. The demonstration was organized by the Greater Boston Labor Council. It says frustration is growing among working families at the outsized influence of billionaires on the government and economy.
The labor movement knows that workers are what builds our cities and towns all across the state. And so when there's an attack on our communities, when they're cutting Medicare, when they're cutting Medicaid, where they're trying to cut public education, where they've cut funding for all these infrastructure projects, an attack on our communities is an attack on our workforce. And the workforce that has built our cities, built our state, and that everybody, and built our democracy. So that's what's at stake here.
Yes, several public officials were in attendance for the parade, including Maura Healey, our governor, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu, and Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Okay. Out there boo-hooing. Don't really know what they're boo-hooing about. They're claiming that thousands of these people were out there. I don't know. It didn't seem like that many to me. But either way, thousands of union members and community allies in Boston joined a worker solidarity protest themed Workers Over Billionaires. It was organized by the Greater Boston Labor Council. They're blaming billionaires for all their problems. They're saying that cutting federal funding is an attack on our communities. And they're saying that because they can't claim free stuff anymore. I guess. I don't know. I Googled it because I didn't understand. What are they bitching about? They're bitching about getting free shit from the government. You can't get that much free shit anymore because they're cutting all the damn funding. I don't know. I don't get free shit. I just don't. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a woman. So I don't get free shit. I don't qualify for it. So I don't know. This doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. But I know these lowlifes out here who are scamming the system, right? They're not actually in need. They just want to benefit off of free shit. Those are the ones who are out there boo-hooing about it. Either way, next up we got Kern County feels impact of national immigration decline. This is an entire piece of propaganda that is all related to the Democrats' cry of who's going to pick the crops. That's what this whole video is. We're going to watch it so we know what they're telling the normies and the lefties and all this shit, and it will create talking points in the future. So we need to pay attention to this kind of stuff so we can understand the people who love to be lied to, what are they being lied to about. So like I said, this next video is complete propaganda, but it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these people out here boo-hooing, calling themselves workers over billionaires. Man, we don't know the whole story. They were probably blocking traffic and doing dumb shit that the shapeshifters do. Yeah, 10 man, that's what I'm thinking too. I highly doubt that the police just went and arrested him, try to get him for level 3 felonies because of chalk. I assume there's more context to it. Snugs, being in the Premium Rumble program is good though, right? It is. It just pisses people off when we gotta do the premium live streams, but we'll figure it out. What's up, Simply Witchy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. What's up, CLB? Happy freedom. Maggie, unions suck. They donate to the Democrats. I was in the union with airlines, but I still voted Republican. Yeah, I've worked at jobs where people are unionized, but I was always a temp worker, so I wasn't a part of the union. And they used to bitch all the time that after union dues, you're not even making that much. Like, they pay you so much knowing that you're going to pay into your union dues. And so you end up not making hardly that much. And the places I've worked that have that, the people didn't care about the union shit. The only thing it protects you from here at the places that I've been to is it prevents you from being fired for no reason. You could be, because it's at will employment here. So if they feel like it or they need to cut staff, like layoffs and stuff, they'll just fire you for no reason. They don't have to justify it in any way. They literally just write no reason right on your termination papers. If you're unionized, they can't do that. That's the biggest benefit here for that. Otherwise, you pay so much in union dues that a lot of people here say it's not worth it. SOS, millionaires march against billionaires. Might as well. Boom. Nothing is free. Someone always pays for it. Yep, you're absolutely right. Metalmouth, when you get a chance, please check out the story about the plane crash in Colorado. I posted it to the news tab on Discord. I'll check it out. Thank you for letting me know, Metalmouth. Boom. Communist trash. How many were paid to be there? Probably the majority. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. Gotta get those likes up, hooligans. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom. Paul, unions give raises not based on performance? Yeah, that doesn't sound right. It's a bad rabbit. Happy freedom. Down in Brooklyn commies, in my opinion. Yeah. Sounds like it. Russell. Oh, I understand. No worries. Appreciate you being with us, Russell. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Kern County feels impact of national immigration decline. Now, like I told you guys, this is propaganda. It's just full-on propaganda. We've been covering the open border and all that shit. You know, we've been covering everything every day except for Sunday for the last 5 years. So we know all about this. This is pure propaganda, but this is what they're lying to the normies about. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you really quick, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Now let's get this propaganda pulled up. Talking shit. And this is going to have everybody all crying and stuff. Not you guys, but the normies, the lefties, the softies. They're going to be crying their little eyes out over this. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
For the first time in decades, the immigrant population is seeing a decline, and in Kern County, those numbers are more than a statistic. From the oil rigs to the fields, this could have impacts on the economy and our daily lives. I'm Shantae Amani, your Bakersfield neighborhood reporter. Guadalupe Solis has worked in the fields most of his life. Today, he's getting ready for his 8-hour shift, continuing a family legacy.
I always wanted to be a kind of a part of that. Putting food on the table is obviously one of the main reasons.
But now with the shortage of workers, there's not enough people to fill a crew.
Since they're not working, I can't work out there either. So I'm going home. I'm not getting money in my pocket.
But now farm workers are disappearing. According to a Pew Research study, immigration in the U.S. is declining. In January, immigrants made up 16% of the U.S. population, and it went down to 15% by June. Farm labor contractors like Nelson Salinas attribute the decline to President Trump's immigration policies and recent immigration raids right here in Kern County.
For us or for our company to provide more labor or to provide work, then we're having to decline some of those because we don't have enough workforce for that.
With fewer immigrants available to work in the fields, local economist Aaron Hegde at CSUB says this ripple effect hits consumers in the pocketbook.
There have been studies which said that if you cut down all of the immigrant workforce compared to what it is now, then the price of food will go up 10 to 12%.
And it's not just in the fields. The housing market is also feeling a strain.
So if they're not able to work there because they're not here, then whoever is doing the job has to get paid more, which means the cost of constructing a house goes up.
For Soles, the economic uncertainty is only part of the concern. He now worries about safety of his friends and the stability of his paycheck.
It should not be that way, especially here in Kern County, because everyone in Kern County depends on the work, especially for the immigration population.
As of right now, we could only wait and see how the shortage of immigrant workers impacts our local economy. I'm Shantae Mani reporting in Shafter.
Okay, full-blown propaganda right there. The entire thing was just propaganda. They're saying that mass deportation is working. That's what they're saying. I don't know if they realize that, but that's what they're saying. For the first time in decades, the immigration population, which that's mislabeled, but we're just going versus how they said it. The immigration population is seeing a decline. Claims there's a shortage of workers and farm workers are disappearing. They claim the food is going to go up 10 to 12%. Then they literally say that having legal workers that get paid a legal wage is going to cause the price of goods and services to go up. Basically saying that they need illegal underpaid labor in order to keep prices low. They are intentionally confusing illegals with immigrants. The entire video is propaganda. They're mislabeling illegals. They're making Trump look bad because of the mass deportation. They mention it really briefly. The deportation is of illegals, but they keep using the immigrant word because they want you to think that anybody from outside of the country is being demonized, which is not fucking true. Like I said, the entire thing is propaganda. Next up, we got Rudy Giuliani. He has been injured in New Hampshire from a car crash. He is okay, I guess, to a certain degree. He did fracture his vertebrae, which is obviously not good when you're 81 years old. But it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this propaganda. Who's going to pick the crops? Russell, kick those illegals out. That's right. They can't do it fast enough. Simply Witchy, make people who get welfare and are able-bodied to work the fields, more problem solved. Yeah, it's true. Guess also hire midgets to pick ground-based produce. They already down there. What would be easier on them? That's right, guess This is an equal opportunity business, you know? That's what I guess I'm trying to say. Guess replace the deported border crosser workers with people who defaulted on student loans. They could work it off. It's an idea. Yeah, and there's a lot of lefties that defaulted on their loans because they thought old man Walter was going to forgive their student loan debt. What a bunch of idiots. I'm so glad that I kept paying on mine. Not that I like giving them $200 a month, but it's better than defaulting and having what little money I have taken from me. Simply Witchy, hire kids in high school. Problem solved. Yeah, and they'd be making good money. A lot of times when you're working on farms and stuff, you can make $15 an hour just standing out there dicking around. You know, you're doing manual labor, but you're joking. You know, you could, if you're old enough, you could have beer with you. That's what they do here. They just go out there with a case of beer and just pick asparagus and drink beer all day. And it's, you know, it's hot, but you're making good money. Especially high schoolers. They'd be making better money doing that than washing dishes at McDonald's. Be money, jobs for us citizens, supply and demand, wages will go up with kicked out illegals. Yep, it's gonna happen. J-Dog, I worked in the prune fields in California when I was a teenager and we made bank back then. Yeah, that's what I did when I was younger too. We used to do that in the summertime. We used to go and work on the fields, and sometimes we'd plant asparagus, or we would trying to think, like, just I don't know, just random work, pretty much various work, whatever they wanted us to do. But then we'd be able to like party all weekend and do whatever we wanted because we just made $200 in a day or whatever. It's a Patriot. Happy freedom. That was fear-mongering bullshit. Yep, yes it was. There's another video we got on the schedule that's similar to that too, where they actually quote President Trump from a post on Truth Social, I'm assuming, but they don't read the whole thing. They just read parts of it and then talk about how everyone's confused on what he wants. We're going to actually read the entire post and show how stupid they are. It's coming up. What's up, Gina? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. CLB unions are past their time. You think they've outlived their usefulness? Maggie, unions don't work for the hardworking workers who don't call out sick or tardy. They fight for the losers. Yeah, when they were talking about the unions and how much Democrat support it has, that's what I started feeling like. I was like, oh, then they they look at all the wrong things. They're the DEI kind of people. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. Oh, we're about 40 minutes into it. Thanks so much, Richard, for joining the membership program over on Twitch. Welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much. MW, my niece got her loan paid off by Biden. $80K. Ridiculous. Interesting. That's the only one I've ever heard of. I haven't heard of anybody having their loans forgiven. That's interesting. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy freedom. Oh, Corey Luca, I'm sorry to hear that. What's up, Parabellum? What's up, Sonny? Happy freedom. Parabellum, should have thought about that before hiring illegals. Plenty of abled bodies in welfare and homeless pool, though. Just saying. You're right, Parabellum. You are right. Wayward, did the stray cat population go up? It might have. It might have. I don't know if they deported the Haitians or not. It's hard to say. Simply Witchy, kids get credits for working. It's tied to a school program, which they have plenty. Yeah, they do a lot of that stuff here too. Simply Witchy. You do realize the seasonal farm workers, they come across the border, they also receive unemployment pay during off-season. Just a little random info if anyone didn't know. Yeah, I've heard of that. Guess I was denied a job as a sex toy tester because I was male. Discrimination 101. That's wrong, guess they shouldn't treat you that way. All right, hooligans, like I said, moving forward here, this next one is Rudy Giuliani injured in New Hampshire car crash. He did survive, but he is 81, and he got banged up a bit, and he broke his back, which is no good. Now, at the end of this video, they're going to talk a whole bunch of shit about him because they don't want you to feel bad that he got in a car accident, because that's the way these evil people are. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Now to the latest on a serious car crash involving former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani. NBC's Hallie Jackson has details on what happened just moments before that crash on a New Hampshire highway.
Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani now said to be in good spirits after fracturing his spine in a car crash. Police say the 81-year-old was the passenger in a Ford Bronco driven by longtime aide Ted Goodman Saturday night. According to Giuliani's head of security, their SUV pulled over to help another vehicle, calling 911 for what was described as a domestic violence incident.
Domestic disturbance. Callers reporting that a male and a female are arguing.
But after police arrived and the Bronco got back on the highway, Giuliani's head of security says it was rear-ended at high speed, the two SUVs slamming into the median. Giuliani fractured a vertebra, hurt his left arm and leg, and was transferred to a nearby trauma center, according to his security head, who stressed this was not a targeted attack. This video from WMUR shows Giuliani at a minor league baseball game just hours before the crash. Giuliani's son, Andrew, writing on X, he's, quote, honored to have a dad that I can call the toughest SOB I've ever seen. The crash follows a precarious few years for the one-time presidential candidate, once known as America's mayor following the September 11th attacks.
New York City is open for business.
In more recent years, Giuliani served as President Trump's personal attorney, a loyal defender in both of the president's impeachment trials, and a promoter of the president's election fraud lies after 2020.
Joe Biden is in the lead because of the fraudulent ballots.
Giuliani's license to practice law was ultimately suspended in New York and Washington, D.C., and a judge recently ordered him to pay nearly $150 million after losing a defamation case in a Georgia court.
That was Hallie Jackson.
Okay, so like I said, they end that video talking a whole bunch of shit about Rudy Giuliani because they don't want you to feel bad about him being in a car crash. So they're saying that Rudy Giuliani is in good spirits after fracturing his spine in a car crash. They had pulled over to call 911 for some other people that were having a domestic violence incident. They pulled away from the incident when the police arrived and they got back on the highway. Then they got rear-ended by a speeding SUV, throwing both vehicles into the barrier. Rudy Giuliani had fractured his vertebrae. He hurt his left arm and his leg, and he was transported to the nearby trauma center. They said that it was not a targeted attack, and then they spend the rest of the video smearing him because they don't want you to feel bad that he was in a car accident. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. This one was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled Your First Marathon. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Rudy Giuliani being in this car accident. Happy prayers for America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, absolutely. Maggie, my son did pedicab at night to pay for college, no loans. That's good. What's up, Stoner? Happy freedom. Justin saying, how is Ted? Ted who? Campfire. Bottom line is they entered illegally. Think what would have happened if they would have did that in Venezuela or any other country. Yep, you're absolutely right. And we give them $1,000 if they deport themselves. We give them $1,000 and we'll give them a flight to anywhere they want to go. I don't know, they just make it hard on themselves getting deported. SOS, America Mayor Rudy Giuliani, 81 years young. Get well soon, dear sir. Absolutely. Deborah, not targeted like they would say if it was. Yeah, see, and it seemed, I don't know, I felt like maybe it was retaliatory or something like that because of, they were stopping a domestic violence situation. Then all of a sudden he just gets pretty much attacked from behind by an SUV. I don't know, it seems related, but I guess not. At least that's what they're saying. Maggie, do we really know if he wasn't tracked? Nah, see. CLB seems fishy. I agree. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. So Bruce, happy freedom to you. Richard, thank you so much for the gifted subs over on Twitch. You're a badass. Thank you so much for the support. What did we get? We got a new emoji. There we go. There we go. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Richard. What's up, Techno? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Little Bit? Happy freedom to you. Little Bit, you got your $90K in student loans forgiven? Well, that seems pretty cool. Not me. I still owe $42,000. It's a random chicken. Happy freedom to you. The forgiveness was only for federal and special workers. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called. I don't think it was the SAVE program, but it was one of those. They offered that to me, but this isn't a nonprofit. If this was a 501c, I would have been able to apply for it, but it's not. Agent O, Jeff said subs. Now I'm hungry. I know, I'm hungry too. I'm going to try and cook some chicken today. Wayward. The stray cat population going back up. Big Klaus voted for that. Yep. Big Klaus, he voted for the mass deportation. I wonder where he is right now. Probably up to no good. Wayward, he should be moving with more than one vehicle. I think so too, but who knows what kind of money he's got. They made him pay all this crap and give away half of his possessions over this defamation lawsuit. You know, where it shows the two workers doing unusual things around the ballot machines, and he called it out, and then somehow got defamation of character even though these bitches are on camera doing this shit. Yeah, I don't know. He probably doesn't have a whole lot of money he wants to blow on top of it. Guess, was he rear-ended during the accident or after? It wasn't clear. It might have been both. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully we get a follow-up on Rudy Giuliani, though. I'm glad they're saying he's going to be okay. What's really weird is, like, over the weekend, the lefties were all saying that they thought Trump died. They keep focusing on his hand. He has, like, a bruise right here on his hand. And then nobody saw him for, like, 3 days or some shit. Like, I don't know if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something like that. And so everybody on social media was like, oh no, Daddy Trump died and all this stuff. It was like, what? And then they showed some clips of him golfing. I don't know what the hell that was. People like really were thinking that something bad happened to President Trump and they were hiding it. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if it's a psyop or pre-programming or what the hell that was. But a lot of people thought that for what felt like no reason. If I don't see Trump in 3 days, I assume he's getting the rest he needs. Like, I don't know. I don't just jump to something bad happened. I don't know. People are stupid. Either way, like I said, we got our midlife break. Our funny video coming up next. It's provided by Tiger Jaw. It's titled Your First Marathon. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that we got to read this ad real quick. Real quick, like. It's been a while. It's probably going to be a little rusty. We'll see how it goes here. What is this? Let's do this. Okay, we're doing the thing. All right, hooligans. You've probably noticed that Rumble is growing fast and not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience with Premium. You get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scene drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. All right, well, we did the thing. Why did it just reset my timer? We'll see if this counts or not. There's something looks suspicious, but we'll see. They do like a timer when you do the ad read, and it's got to last for 30 seconds. Okay, we're good. I was going to say, they reset the timer and said I only did it for 20 seconds. We got to do 5 of those this month, but that's okay. We'll get it done. Moving forward here, like I said, we got our midlife break. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up. Well, just hold on a second. Good Lord. The only time YouTube jumps up and gets rolling. All right. Midlife break here. Like I said, this is provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled Your First Marathon. Well, damn. All right, getting back into the news here. Next up, we got Trump urges companies to justify success of COVID drugs. Now, I can't believe this video doesn't have a blue banner on it, knowing how YouTube gets down. Now, maybe that's just because this is soft-ass news reporting on it. But either way, There's a lot of crying in this video. This is gonna be manipulated information, we'll put it like that. They're gonna show a part in this video, maybe I can find it really quick. Yeah, so they're gonna quote this, right? This is obviously from President Trump posting on Truth. Yeah, it is at the bottom, Truth Social. I was gonna say Truth Social or X. They do not read the entire post. They just read parts out of it and then claim that they have no idea what he's asking for, as if he's just talking in his sleep or some shit. We're gonna actually read this as we move along in the video here, because they're playing stupid and they actually put all the words right there on the fucking screen and they just assume ain't nobody gonna read this shit. So either way, this is President Trump questioning the effectiveness of the COVID jabs, as well as even Project Warp Speed, which he's the one that did that, saying, was it a good idea or maybe it wasn't a good idea? Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
So President Trump appears to be questioning his own accomplishment. He's calling for a review into Operation Warp Speed. Do you remember that? It was the initiative his first administration actually launched to distribute vaccines at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, in a post on social media, Trump writes, it's very important that the drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Later adding, I hope Operation Warp Speed was as brilliant as many say it was. If not, we all want to know about it and why. So it's unclear what exact...
Okay, you see that? He had wrote so much that it took 2 pages for them to show everything he wrote. They said 16 words, and then they turned around and said, it's unclear what he wants. They have no idea what he wants. So we're going to read through the post and see how stupid these people are. So them quoting him, it says, it is very important that the drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Many people think that they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree. With CDC being ripped apart over this question, I want the answer, and I want it now. I've been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show those results to the public. Why not? They go off to the next hunt and let everyone rip themselves apart, including Bobby Kennedy and the CDC. It goes on to say, trying to figure out the success or failure of the drug companies' COVID work, they show me great members and results, but they don't seem to be showing them to many others. I want them to show them now to the CDC and the public and clear up this mess, one way or the other. I hope Operation Warp Speed was a brilliant as many say it was. If not, we all want to know about it and why. Thank you for your attention to this very important matter, President Donald J. Trump. So it seems pretty clear on what he's asking for. He's even questioning his own Project Warp Speed. Was it a good idea? Was it not? How do you come to those conclusions? And then we can use that information to move forward. It seems pretty simple to me, but we're going to get back into the video here where they pretend like they have no idea what he's asking for.
So it's unclear what exact data Trump wants the companies to provide. Studies show the COVID vaccine program saved millions of lives during the pandemic. This all comes as the administration is facing a lot of backlash over Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. firing CDC Director Susan Menares. Her attorneys say the administration is attempting to oust her for protecting the public over serving a political agenda. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is at the White House, joins me now. So, Selena.
Okay, so then they just go on to say over and over again that President Trump isn't confident in his own Project Warp Speed anymore, and he's now eating himself, and he's the mean orange man, and blah blah, and they just go on off on a tangent like that. Either way, next up we got Whistleblower sounds the alarm on migrant spillover crime. Now that's a shit of a title. This guy is the former migrant shelter director, and he managed a Holiday Inn that was converted into a shelter for illegals. And he's going to talk about all the nasty shit that was going on there. And now that area, they're shutting down the shelters, which is going to cause all the illegals to now move into the city in various ways that they can find little crevices to go hide in, and the crime will remain in the city, just not consolidated in one location. Like I said, it's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump demanding answers about the companies that create COVID vaccines, as well as anybody who has information about Project Warp Speed. Now, before we get into that, I want to read this note that I went and found. I was reading through the reminders. You guys are always telling me random stuff throughout the live, and I make reminders, and then over the weekend, I go over all the reminders. One of the reminders was you guys talking about the illegal that was driving truck. He made that U-turn, and it killed 3 Americans. A lot of you guys were saying that he had also committed some sort of incident where he had taken down a bridge in like 2019 driving truck or whatever, saying it's the same guy. Well, apparently that's not true. The illegal truck driver that took down the bridge in 2019 is not the same guy, although online speculation has linked the 2 events due to identical names. A company official from US CityLink Corp confirmed that the Florida driver is a different individual from the one who caused the 2019 Arkansas bridge collapse. Differences in age and commercial driver's licenses, their CDL numbers are different, and records further support that they are 2 distinct people. They just have an identical name, and it's probably because it's not their real name. It's probably the name that they chose when they came into the country or whatever, but it's 2 different people with the same exact name, but it's not the same people, apparently. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I looked into it because you guys told me to. That is what I found. So either way, hopping in the chat. And like I said, next up, we got a whistleblower who was running a migrant center, and he's going to talk about the nasty stuff that was going on there. Russell, total propaganda, talking about Trump and the vaccines and stuff. Yeah. Well, and it's like the reporter says, well, it saved millions of lives. Okay, but he's asking the people who created the jabs to provide information. So why is the reporter speaking as if she knows more about the success rate, about the creators of the jabs, than they do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it saved millions of lives. President Trump's off his rocker asking this. Like, you're a reporter. You don't know shit. Like, you don't know shit about nothing. You don't know anything about the records that these companies like Pfizer would have. They're just talking out their ass. They're just so used to being a part of the program machine. Sub-Zero, happy freedom. CLB, Fauci for trial by the people. Yeah, we need that immediately. Dutton, can they prove that it saved lives? I didn't take it and I lived. Yeah, Dutton. Well, and that's what I don't understand either. How did it save lives? If it doesn't stop you from getting it, doesn't stop you from transmitting it, then whose lives did it save? So relax, happy freedom. Ramsey, same name. Yep. Maggie, COVID didn't save squat. No, I don't think it did either. You guys talking about football? Oh, well, thank you, Cass. Deborah, everyone I know who took it now has a lot of health problems. What a coincidence. Yeah, Deborah, I feel the same way. Everybody I talk to, they're like, well, I got the jab and now I'm the only person in my family with this rare disease or whatever. Stoner, I'm eating some mushrooms and drinking some weed. I'm jealous. I am jealous. Meta, guess Jeff got paid from Rumble? No, I have not. They haven't told me anything about the creator program yet. I just saw that the checklist is all blank. So that's the only reason I know. Otherwise, I don't know anything else. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you, Richard, for the 1,000 bits over on Twitch. You're a badass. Thank you so much for the support. And thank you so much, Southern Eagleman. 2, 3, 4, 500 bits over on Twitch. Appreciate you, Southern Eagleman. Thank you, Hooligans, so much for the support. You guys are badass. What's up, Tony Bridge? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom. People selling the drug got their lives saved. Yeah, Johnny, absolutely. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. What's up, Ken? Happy freedom to you. It was supposed to weaken the symptoms. Oh, I see. So that's what saved lives. Techno. Just like the, what is that, Palantir? He's getting info from the same bad actors like those who set up the pandemic in the first place. Yeah. Well, that's why I think he's even questioning Project Warp Speed, because somebody told him it was a good idea, so he implemented it like it was a good idea. Now people feel the way they feel about the whole deal now that, you know, we're years past it, and so he's questioning it. And it's the same thing like Fauci. You know, like Fauci said he was a doctor. Trump's not a doctor. The doctor says he has the answer. He put the doctor at the podium. The doctor told us to do all this shit that we didn't want to do, wear a mask, 6 foot, blah blah blah, whatever. He didn't know. He put somebody up front who he thought knew what they were supposed to do. Now, Fauci obviously is a bad person and all that shit, whatever. But I think that's what we're seeing, is we're seeing that Trump was putting people in charge that he thought was going to do the right thing. People don't like what happened. He's going back and validating, were those the right choices or not. I don't think that there's anything wrong with this, but you can see how offended the news is, because they were like, oh, well, it's helped millions of people, blah, 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 all this stuff. Obviously, they're offended by the whole deal. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Whistleblower sounds the alarm on migrant spillover crime, saying it's pure chaos. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Our friend Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and I put all of his information and links and details on a page here on the website. If there is any way you can help our friend Larry, please click this link and go check out his info, because he could use all the help that he could get. Now let's get this Whistleblower video pulled up real quick. Come on, do the thing. All right, like I said, Whistleblower sounds the alarm on migrant spillover crime. I believe this is in Boston, and they're going to be talking about the terrible things that were happening at this migrant shelter and at others, and that they're going to be shutting down these migrant centers, which means that all these border crossers who were committing all these crimes are not going to just be out in the streets doing it, instead of all consolidated in one location. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
President Trump reportedly eyeing Boston for his next immigration crackdown. But as the mayor vows to resist, our next guest says it can't come soon enough.
He managed a Holiday Inn converted into a tax-funded migrant shelter, now shut down, and he blew the whistle about the rampant crime and sex abuse taking place inside, warning it is now spilling into our community.
Yeah, that whistleblower, a former migrant shelter director, John Featherston, joins us now. Thank you for joining us this morning, and tell us about your experience.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me. It's good to see all three of you. The experience was just pure chaos. Governor Healy wanted to tell you that everybody was vetted in the shelters. I'm here to tell you that nobody was vetted in the shelters. We had crime. We had domestic violence. We had a story that unfortunately went national news where a migrant impregnated his own daughter.
Oh, wow.
And it took 8 months to even get him arrested, and it wouldn't have gotten arrested if Fox News and the main wire hadn't kept the story in the national spotlight. I mean, overall, it's just chaos. And the fact that the governor of Massachusetts, Maura Healey, is now saying, oh, we're just going to close these shelters and all the chaos will just go away. Well, that's dangerously naive and reckless, and shame on her.
So you said that after, with these shelters being closed down, that you're now seeing the same crimes spill out into the rest of the community.
Well, yeah, when you talk to local law enforcement, you talk to other local officials, you know, if you don't have crime, why do you have to lock up the toothpaste and the deodorant at CVS and Walgreens? If you don't have crime, why are gangs taking over the tunnels leading to the airports in Boston? Why do you have an uptick in homicides in the city of Boston? Why did you have a man brutally killed in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts this week by somebody that should have already been in custody of somebody? You have residual effects everywhere. There were over 1,000 serious incident reports released by the governor for 2023 and 24. She won't release any information for 2025. Does she just think that those incidents aren't going to happen now that she's closed the shelters? Like I said, that's extremely reckless and naive.
You know, so many horrible things.
Okay. So like I said, he was the former migrant shelter director. It was a Holiday Inn that was converted into a shelter for illegals. He said that nobody was vetted and that there was crimes such as sexual assault of minors, drug crimes, threats of violence against staff and residents, as well as domestic violence. They had a situation where one of the illegals impregnated his own daughter, which probably was not his kid. It's probably a child that he paid for from the Coyotes in order to get across the border to be considered a family. That way he could get an EBT card with too much money on it, a new pair of Jordans and an iPhone and shit, because they're considered family status. And then he impregnated her. It took 8 months to get him arrested. The governor of Massachusetts says that they're going to be closing down all of these migrant shelters, which is going to cause these illegals and their behavior to spill out into the streets. So I assume we're going to kind of have a follow-up with this to some degree, whether it's the crime or the shelters themselves. Either way, next up we got lefties losing it, and it is the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This one's titled, Democrats' leading president candidates are awful. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this whistleblower, as well as these migrant shelters where terrible things are happening. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Relax. Happy birthday to you, Relax. I'm sorry that we weren't live yesterday to say happy birthday to you, but I hope yesterday kicked ass for you, Relax. Thank you so much, Zero, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're badass, Zero. Thank you so much for gifting a sub. Man, wait, some sick fuck got his own daughter pregnant? That's what they're saying, but I just don't think it's actually his daughter. Just because we've covered so many videos about them drugging kids and then just carrying sleeping kids across the border, because if the kids are sleeping, they can't be questioned. So they just get passed through. But you get to be considered a family because you have a child with you. So I don't think it's actually his kid. It could be. I don't know. These people are monsters. I don't put anything past them. But I just think because of all the things we've covered that it's probably not his kid. It's probably a child he paid for. What's up, 1776? Happy freedom to you. And happy Labor Day. Glamour. Hey. Like Big X. Yeah, say happy birthday to Relax. It's all my fault. Didn't go live yesterday. Thanks for saying something, Glamour. Gotta celebrate those birthdays. CLB, monsters indeed. Yeah, they are. That's why we gotta get rid of them. Get them out of here. What's up, Keemstar? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom. What's up, Rad? Appreciate you being here. What's up, C1? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Richard, for gifting another sub over on Twitch. You're badass, Richard. Thank you so much. Techno Ponder, illegal alien who volunteer donatable organs to Americans in need. Lots of extra kidneys out there. Maybe could use those towards legal citizenship. Donating body parts for citizenship? I don't know. They won't even fill out the paperwork. I don't know if they donate organs, maybe. Mr. Lin, close them down. They need to close them down, but they also need to deport the illegals. Instead of just closing them down and forcing illegals to shelter wherever they can find shelter, they need to deport them and get them up out of here. What's up, Visions? Happy Freedom. Apparently YouTube didn't like the last comment. Did it wipe it? I think we're being shadow banned right now too. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's probably the word COVID. That's probably what screwed me over, is the COVID word. Ken, the people selling the drug laughed all the way to the bank. Yes, they did. Stepping over dead bodies and stuff. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy Freedom. Happy birthday, Mrs. Or happy birthday. Happy Freedom, Mrs. Juicer. Glamour continues to say COVID. I do. The COVID. It's in the title. I can't do anything about it. I don't think it's going to hurt me any more than, you know, where we're at this point. COVID. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, lefties losing it. Democrats leading. Presidential candidates are awful. Oh, they're awful. And they smell bad. And they're ugly. And their kids are ugly. The dog's ugly. The dog takes a shit and it's uglier than any shit you've ever seen before. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't. And let's get into this.
Let's start with the fascinating revelations about how much the Democrats are paying mindless, unprincipled influencers to post anti-Trump, pro-Democrat propaganda. Crap like this.
Mr. Trump is out here trying to delete the Department of Education, and teachers are getting cut left and right. Our classes are packed, and we have like zero funding.
Trump says America first and then guts the most American institutions we've got.
This is signaling preparations to possibly deploy the United States military against American citizens in Chicago.
Every Republican is currently in Congress voting to destroy the lives of millions of Americans.
So authentic, so much conviction from lefties losing it. Not really. According to a new report, a secretive dark money group tied to the Democratic Party is paying online influencers up to $8,000 a month to disseminate left-leaning talking points. Among those named is Olivia Giuliani, the Gen Z activist who spoke at the 2024 Democratic National Convention.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Prostitute. And the Democrats thought she was just the influencer to bring young, disaffected men back into the Democrat camp.
I spend a lot of time on college campuses, and I spend a lot of time with
young men.
I love young men. I love frat guys.
What the hell? Yeah, that little campaign didn't work out so well, no matter how much she loves young men. Yep, the Democrats are so desperate to engineer support that they are paying influencers up to $8,000 a month to post lefty propaganda. They are trying to create the illusion of grassroots support, just like they tried to engineer fake news, Russian collusion hoaxes, and those weird polls right before the election that were all wrong in the same direction. And talking about polls, let's check in with CNN's polling expert on how well the Democrats are going. How are they going, Harry?
Bad. What are you doing? Oh, my goodness gracious. What are we talking about here in terms of big party registration changes in the key swing states? Let's look at the key 4 swing states that, in fact, do keep track of registration by party. Look, the Republican Party is in their best position at this point in the cycle since at least 2005. In all 4 of these key battleground states, we go out to the Southwest. Arizona. How about Nevada? Republicans haven't done this well since 2005. Oh, my goodness gracious, at this point in the cycle. North Carolina, I couldn't find a point at which Republicans were doing better at this point in the cycle. It's at least this century. It probably goes way back in the last century. And Pennsylvania, very similar. Republicans doing better at this point than at any point this century, at least as far as I could find.
I should have given the lefties a trigger warning before that last clip. For the rest of you, perhaps a cold shower or a cigarette after hearing this.
When it comes to party registration, Republicans have made massive gains compared to 8 years ago. They are in their best position in these key 4 swing states. But at this point, as I said at the beginning, the Democratic brand is in about as good a position as the Cracker Barrel rebrand. It is bad for the Democrats.
Bad, bad, bad for the Democrats. And one of the reasons the Democrats are struggling is their soft on crime philosophy. They don't care about law and order. They don't believe in properly punishing offenders. They don't prioritise victims and law-abiding members of the community. Just listen to this lefty losing it at the DNC summer meeting last week, claimed that Americans don't care about violent crime. They're more worried about addressing mental health issues.
Issues voters care about. Where does Trump go? Migrant crime, carjackings, the really lurid, awful stuff that is a crazy, crazy visual. Don't take the bait, because most Americans are more worried about how are we going to address mental health issues, the visible homelessness that we see on streets, and how do we deal with mental health and other issues that drive the sort of random incidents that scare all of us. That's what you should be talking about. That's where you should be focused. Don't take the bait in talking about migrant crime or carjackings or the things that actually don't matter to that many Americans.
With the likes of her advising the Democrats, they'll be in the political wilderness for some time to come. And they're going so badly that the front runners to be the Democrat presidential candidate are awful. One of them is this woman.
And I ask you to remember the context in which you exist.
Hello, life.
Yeah, I did that.
Gosh, I miss that weirdo. She's still a front runner along with this next dude who has managed to cause untold damage in California. These days, Gavin Newsom pretends to be against the excesses of the trans cult, but it wasn't long ago when he was mocking, when he was laughing at the notion of parents being sidelined as their kids are being transitioned.
Why should parents not know if their kids are transitioning at school?
It's a hell of a thing. You're talking about 1% of the population. Climate change, its impact 100% of the population wasn't even brought up, and we're talking about trans issues.
Here in California, this is an issue for you.
It's a big issue for parents. This is a front and center issue.
Why should parents not know?
It's the great, this is one of the greatest distractions, and it's classic. 1% of the population in the United States. These kids just want to live. These kids just want to live. And we're having a debate about trans issues at the Reagan Library. It's not to be ashamed.
These kids just want to live. Oh, dear, Gavin. That video is all the Republicans need. They just have to play that on high rotation to ensure we never end up with President Newsom. God forbid. Joining me now is
President Newsom. Sounds awful. Sounds awful. Well, that is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Make It Stop. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Smoking with Dad. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Russell, the Dems have no message, just pronouns and hating Trump. Yep, that's all they got. Jolicare heals up, cackles, no more security for you. Yep, she's gonna be out there promoting that book. I don't know. I assume all the pages are blank. Relax, my left hand is losing it. Yep, I'm left-handed too. You gotta be careful saying you're a lefty, especially around here. Them's fighting words. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you, if I can get you already. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. Techno, a whole lot of nuts and not a pair of balls amongst the entire lot. You're not wrong. They're all nuts and no scrotum. That's how it goes. What's up, Dual Helix? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. Let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description. You can use PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now, I know we only got a couple days left. Next up, let's see, we got a Skyrim Advent Calendar, I believe is what is next. Today is day 20. 4 more after this. Oh, we got a good one. Come on, come on. Fighting to get him out of the box. This must be how doctors feel. Can't get him out of the box. He's fighting me. It's crowning. Okay, there we go. There we go. Dr. Jeff. Yes. Today we got, I think it's Raboot. I think so. I don't know. It's one of his evolutions. Either way, he's a badass. And so are you, Tori Wayne. Thank you so much. So cool. I think it's Raboot. Either way. Let's get into these funny videos here. Let's get this first one pulled up. Come on, come on. You're too slow. Too slow. All right, first one was provided by Stoner. It's titled Make It Stop.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
Where's the vaccine for this?
I hope they find it soon. Holy. Getting into our official funny video of the day here. This one was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Smoking with Dad.
A bong.
Your dad's a what?
A bong.
A bong? Oh, your dad's ashes are in a bong?
No, they are made into a bong.
They were made into a bong?
Yeah.
God, we are in Portland, aren't we? You would put a sack over my head, put me in a big suitcase, driven me around for 3 days, put me on this stage, and been like, guess where you are? And I had heard they turned my dad's ashes into a bong. I'd be like, Portland, Oregon. Was your dad a big weed guy?
He was a stoner my whole life, and I never got high with him because I didn't do drugs until I was 29. I died when I was 23. I never got to smoke with my dad, so I turned him into a bong. So I could smoke with my dad.
Again, if you don't like this story, you've had it too good. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. That's a fucking Pixar movie.
Dad's a bong.
Yes. Sounds just like Portland. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. Grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. And then, of course, we'll be raiding out over on Rumble. Kat Daniels finally clocking into work here. All right, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the AI, our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We get the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Russell, my dad is not a bong. Well, to each their own, Russell. Zero, your dad's not a bong either? I didn't know it was a competition. I'll check it out, Snooks. Do. Oh, I appreciate you. Relax. Relax. White privilege? I don't know if white privilege had anything to do with it. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. Beck Frank, Skyrim from me. Yes, Beck Frank, it's your fault. It's your fault that the next advent calendar is Skyrim. I'm excited to see what's in it. Metamouth, you and Butterfly are both left-handed? I bet we got a bunch of left-handed hooligans in the chat. Been left-handed my whole life. Otters, I'll check it out. Meta, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like my voice is mostly back. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. Hey, thank you for being with us, Techno. What's up, Montag? Happy freedom. Montag, you don't think female comedians are funny? It's a lot of people feel that way. What's up, Madman? Happy freedom to you. Montag, southpaw is the term for left-handers? In boxing, yeah. Cheeky Traps, feeling like a trick right now. Why is that? Oh, that's cool, Zero. Yeah, I'll check him out. What's up, Jay Tyler? Happy freedom. Jay Tyler, so she sucks on her dad every day? That's kind of weird. I mean, I guess. You know, if you're going to do it, that's probably the best way to do it. Why did I say best? Like I was Mike Tyson. Either way, it's that time once again, hooligans. Wait, where are you going? You standing up for the pledge? Are you a good boy? Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Klaus Daniels being all loud. It means it is time to raid out over on Rumble. Let's see who's live right now. Oh, let's see. Wilkie's live. Red Pill's live. We just raided Red Pill not that long ago. Grim, we just raided Grim not that long ago. So I think we're going to raid Wilkie here. I think last time we raided him, he was playing Halo. I don't know what he's playing right now. Come on, do the thing. There we go. Anyways, hit that like button once you land. Let's get this raid going. All right, hooligans.
Down.
Wookie dead.
Can we revive him?
Your Wookie dead.
No, there's no reviving in this game.
Yeah. Wookie.
Son of
JeffMAC with the raid. Everybody, we're over here playing Ready or Not.
Coming back
we're
up.
with the Schleppy. We're over here with
what room you in?
Grim
Let me so I don't
Hollywood.
shoot you.
How you doing? Happy
I'm
Labor
going back
Day.
to the bomb room where we're at.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome Raiders from all the raids. I hope everybody's having a great Labor Day. I hope your weekend was great too.
Where's Wilkie's body? Wilkie's body is down this hall, down this corridor bridge that takes us to the other area of the hospital.
Raiders.
All right, so we got to clear this now. This is all clear right here.
Yeah,
All this has been
Cassie,
clear.
welcome. Hold up, since we're officially dead. Since we're officially dead.
One there, one there, one there.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome.
All right, hooligans. Another fantastic raid. I like his little raiding video thing. We should do something like that. I've been looking for widgets for raids and I have not found anything. So I don't know. We might have to just find our own little video to throw up every time we get raided. We'll see. Either way, we're going to read through really quick and we're wrapping this up. But we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Russell, I only whack it with my right hand unless I'm operating the mouse. Yes. Thank you for letting us know, Russell. Hey, thanks for being with us, Stoner. Thank you, Rappy. Told to carry, yeah, we need a panty raid vid. CLB, got 3 lefty men in my life. Can be real challenging for a righty, just saying. Only when you sit down in a booth to eat, you know, at a restaurant. That's when things get real interesting. Hey, thanks for being here, Richard. Thanks for all the support. Come find us tomorrow. What's up, free as Z can be? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Alex King? Happy freedom. You're left-handed too? See, I figured there was a bunch of left-handed hooligans. What's up, B? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Labor Day. Go find yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same. But like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.